Hello, Grace Church. My name is Wes, and I lead the Cape Coral campus of Grace Church, and it is my joy today to provide you an update on reopening the Cape Coral campus of Grace Church. And I encourage you to watch this entire video because we are ready to begin offering in-person worship, prayer, connect events, and more beginning in early July. But before I tell you the details about all of this and the next steps, let me remind us where we've been together over these recent months. Early in the COVID-19 pandemic, stay-at-home orders caused us to move nearly our entire ministry to online platforms. Each week, our teams have provided 50 to 75 opportunities to get together, to worship, to have Bible studies, to have recovery meetings, children and youth ministry, and more, all online. And I am so grateful for our innovative leaders and for the ways that they have engaged and the ways that you have engaged in this dramatic shift in our life together. Then in early June, Pastor George, our lead pastor for all the campuses of Grace Church, announced that we would soon begin phase 1 in reopening in-person ministry across our 4 campuses. Each campus in recent weeks have opened their offices, provided space for small groups, offered traditional recovery meetings outdoors, and we opened our Small Wonders preschool while continuing all of the online ministry opportunities as well. In phase 1, social distancing, temperature checks, masks, and other precautions were put into place. And Pastor George announced last week that due to the unique context and size of each of the 4 campuses of Grace Church, each campus then would design their own criteria for phase 2 of reopening in-person ministry at their campus. Your pastors and leaders are managing the tension between both protecting health and providing community. Both of these are legitimate concerns and deserve our prayerful, thoughtful, and humble discernment and wisdom. Okay, now on to the details of phase 2 for the Cape Coral campus of Grace Church. I'm so glad to let you know that we will begin offering in-person worship each Sunday morning at 8 a.m. outdoors in our park, and that's going to begin July 5th. Now, if you've ever attended a sunrise service, you know that this is a beautiful spot for worship, and being outdoors will enable us to sing, pray, and hear a message in a safe space for all. So please plan on bringing your own chair and a smartphone to download song lyrics and message notes. Children are welcome to attend with their family, and I can't wait to see you there. Also, beginning that same week, we will set aside some designated times where we're going to be opening the sanctuary for prayer. You'll be invited to come and to spend anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour in this special place for us. There'll be prayer prompts on the screen, and some of our prayer ministry team will be available to guide you in those experiences. Also in July, our Connect team will begin offering game nights and small group experiences and other fellowship opportunities for us to begin to gather together. For those who need to continue watching worship online, we will be offering worship at our regular times on Saturday night and on Sunday. And in addition, we will be providing resources on how to host watch parties. Now, a watch party is simply a smaller gathering in homes or clubhouses where we can engage in worship with other people. And we'll be providing some downloadable how-to guides for hosts and some reflection questions for those that are gathering in addition to these new opportunities. So some of our regular ministries will begin limited reopening also in early July. These include our youth ministry that will begin with some smaller gatherings at our family center. Our remarkable ministry for adults with special needs, exceptional entrepreneurs, will begin a limited reopening during this month. Eat, Pray, Love, our dinner church, will resume in the Suncoast community at a tent at the Suncoast Community Center. Traditional recovery meetings will resume indoors, and our Choose Recovery ministry operational team are beginning to design some in-person opportunities as well. A Time for Grace, our ministry of care and support for persons with memory loss, will begin as well in mid-July. And these opportunities will be available to you if you'll just watch our Facebook page and website and other ways we stay in touch with you. Now, in these recent months, I want to let you know I've been reading and seeing some new things in the Bible. And one of those things is really popping off the page for me as I'm reading scripture is just how often those in the early church could not gather together in person. The Apostle Paul was often separated from his friends at church due to the distance that they experienced, or persecution, or even his own imprisonment. And he was using the cutting-edge technology of the day, which was writing letters, to stay in touch with those he loved. And in his letters that are preserved for us in Scripture, he confesses that this was not ideal for him. He even begins one of his letters in Romans saying, "I long to see you," so that they could encourage one another again. Paul was experiencing something that we all know firsthand very well now. That is that there is no way to replace seeing somebody else face to face. Yet even as Paul was imprisoned, the good news of Jesus, the good news of God's love continued to spread. Was it challenging? Yes. But God's love and grace prevailed then, and I believe will again in these days. Nothing can stop God from transforming people from unbelievers to fully devoted disciples of Jesus. This gives God glory. I'm so thankful to be one of your pastors. Thank you for your time.